So Yamaha dropped the new R9 and the entire sport bike internet promptly, completely lost its mind. You've got guys on R6s wearing hoodies, trembling in their Alpine Stars boots and gauntlet gloves, screaming things inside of their AGV Pista helmets like, "It doesn't rev to the moon, it's not a real super sport, bro." Just complete cope behavior. Meanwhile, Yamaha is just sitting back, scratching their heads saying, well, we gave it 890 cc's winglets, MotoGP electronics, and you're still upset? I can't please these squids. Today we're setting the record straight, because despite what the diehard R6 fanboys say, the R9 is better in nearly every way that matters, unless you just like wrist pain and downshifting 4 times before making a pass. Let's get into the 7 reasons why the R9 is simply better than the R6. Let's start with the one that nobody wants to admit. The R6 had no torque. It made about 45 foot-pounds, and you had to rev it to the stratosphere to reach peak torque. The R9 cranks out nearly 70 foot-pounds of torque, and it's available basically anywhere in the rev range. The R6 was a grower, not a shower. Took a while for the party to get started, and you wouldn't know what to expect unless you revved it up. The R9 is a sledgehammer from about 3,000 RPMs up, no waiting required. You twist the throttle and the R9 simply goes. You don't have to downshift 4 times or hit 13,000 RPM to feel something. The torque is immediate, effortless, and just way more fun for real-world riding or just showing off in second gear. And I thought squids liked wheelies. The R9 is based on the MT-09. What do you think the MT-09 is famous for? It wants one thing, and it's disgusting. All right, next up, the R6 was built around a 599cc inline 4. Really good for racing, but honestly kind of a pain on the street. The R9 comes with Yamaha's 890cc CP3 triple. It makes more power, a ton more torque, and it doesn't scream like a sewing machine juiced with a bottle of NOS. It also comes with a ride-by-wire throttle, adjustable ride modes, and a factory quick shifter. Basically, it's faster, smarter, and doesn't need to be flogged in order to have fun. The R6 always made you work for it. The R9 gives it to you on demand. The R6 was like a temperamental girlfriend that you chased around, whereas the R9 is your dependable Slavic wife who has birthed 6 children for you and cooks you a square meal when you come home from working the mines. I'm not sure which one I would prefer, but at this stage of life, a Slavic wife sounds pretty good to me. One of the elephants in the room about the R6 is that higher revving engines just wear out faster. It's just physics. The R6 made its power up top, lived most of its life bouncing off the limiter. That means more stress, more maintenance, and more money. The R9, it's a pretty chill motor. It tops out around 10,500 RPM, which is kind of low for a motorcycle of this variety, and that means less internal stress and fewer valve checks. Plus, the CP3 platform has already proven itself in the MT-09 Tracer and XSR. It's one of Yamaha's most dependable engines, but now it comes wrapped in full fairings. It's been through 3 different revisions, increased in displacement, and has had millions and millions of miles thrown at it. It's not uncommon to see MT-09s or Tracer 9s come up for sale that have well over 60,000 trouble-free miles. If you want a bike that lasts longer than your average relationship, the R9 is your move. Think of the average abuse that an MT-09 suffers from, and yet it just keeps on turning. Imagine that in a sport bike chassis and full fairings. You can ping this thing off the limiter on track or road, and it's just gonna keep asking for more and more. They are bulletproof reliable. Let's talk dollars. A clean used R6 still sells for absurd prices. People are asking anywhere from $9,000 to $11,000 depending on the year, and that's before you throw on clip-ons, rear sets, and those new plastics after you low-sided it on session 3 at your local track. R6 pricing is undoubtedly a recession indicator. The R9? Brand new, under warranty, better spec sheet, better performance, and no crusty history from 5 owners who all never had it down, bro. 10K firm, I know what I got. You're getting more bike, more performance, and more usability for less money than a clean used R6. That's not just a good deal, it's a steal. Seriously, it's $12,500 for a bike with more motor, more electronics, and race bike chops. What the hell else do you really want? Next up, the R6 was never meant for real-world riding. It was a race bike that Yamaha legalized by stapling on some turn signals. They needed a crazy-ass 600 to go racing, so they homologated that thing. It had tall gearing, no bottom end grunt, and ergonomics that punished you for existing. It was a brutal experience unless you lived at 14,000 RPMs or rode exclusively in the canyons. Some squids even trailer their 600s to the canyons, which, yeah, pretty silly, I know. The R9 fixes all of that. It's still fast, it's still sharp, but with low-end power that doesn't make you shift like a crazy person. Gearing that feels really normal on surface streets, and a smoother ride that's not gonna beat your spine into submission every time you hit a pothole. It's a sport bike for actual road use. Wild concept, I know. It's a return to form for sport bikes. You know, like the old Fireblades that were actually designed to be ridden on road and were comfortable. No one back then thought that they were soft or losers for riding something that didn't nearly cause a fused spine every time you hit a bump. I know the R6 is a track day legend. I've ridden one on road and track, and it was a lot of fun. But here's the thing. For 95% of riders, the R9 is just as fast, if not faster. And don't talk to me about ram air intakes making 15 more horsepower on the R6 and that you can't dyno test the R6 because its power is inconceivable or whatever else rumors and myths people have about the R6. It's insane. People are out here leaving comments saying that their stock R6 dynoed at 128 horsepower. Please stop, please. And think about it. Why is the R9 faster? You don't have to shift as much. You don't have to keep it pegged in the power band. You get stronger corner exit drive thanks to the torque, and you get electronics that help you recover from mistakes. Most people aren't riding at lap record pace. Most people just want a fast, fun, forgiving bike to get their knee down, and the R9 delivers that with just way less effort. It's not just fast, it's approachably fast. The R6 barely had electronics by the time it died. If you were lucky, you got a quick shifter and a limp mode light on the dash. The R9, it's way more advanced. 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS, slide control, wheelie control, launch control, adjustable ride modes, bidirectional quick shifter, and full color TFT. All of that is just standard. And that's not just good for the R9, that's just really good for the price in general. Whether you're pushing hard on the track or riding the rain, the bike's got your back. The R6 just had your best wishes. Here's the kicker. The R9 is actually somewhat comfortable. Well, okay, more comfortable than an R6. The clip-ons are a touch higher, the seat's not a torture slab, and the pegs won't turn your legs into origami. Look, it's not a gold wing, but you could, if you tried, ride it to a track day, do 5 sessions, and ride it home without needing a chiropractor and 3 pills of ibuprofen. For most riders, that alone is a win because fast is fun, but fast and rideable is way better. Let's recap, boys. Why is the R9 better than the R6? You get more torque across the whole rev range, a bigger, smoother, smarter engine, way more reliability and less stress, better value for money, actually works for real-world riding, it's fast and forgiving on track, loaded with legit electronics, and a bonus, it doesn't make you suffer ergonomically. The R6 was a legend, but those legends belong in history books, not Craigslist ads priced like collector cars. The R9 isn't the future, it's the now. It's faster, friendlier, and just flat out more fun. Look, if you're still romanticizing the R6, whatever. But the rest of us, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with the R9, enjoying the torque, enjoying the IMU, and having a lot of fun using slide control on track. I hope I've made a convincing case today about why the R9 is simply better than the R6. If you feel the need to disagree with me, there is a comment section down below that you can voice your opinions. And of course, this R9 is a giveaway motorcycle on my website, yammynoob.co. Thanks so much for checking out today's video. If you click right over here, you can get some more content about the R9. Over here is gonna be a high quality video brought to you by yours truly, Yammy Noob, about the R9. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Thanks for watching, catch you in the next one. See you later.